Hello, my name's Scott Thrower. I'm the business manager here at IBEW Local Union 379. I wanted to tell you a little bit about a partnership that Local 379 has started with Cornerstone. It's called Paycheck Protection, and it's meant to help out when you can't work due to injury or illness. I'd like to introduce you to Dan with Cornerstone, who can tell you a little bit more about the product and how it can help you and your family.
Thank you. Thank you, Scott. I'm Dan Tovrog with Cornerstone Benefits Management, and I'm going to be working with not only IBEW Local 379 and all of your members, but the leadership. Thank you for allowing us to provide these supplemental voluntary income and paycheck protection benefits to your members. Just a brief overview. The bottom line is our goal is to make sure that your members are financially protected in the event that they cannot work as a result of an injury, illness, or death. And we achieve this by rolling out 3 coverages that are going to be guaranteed approved for your members. And by guaranteed approved, we mean there's no medical tests, questions, or underwriting for any of your members and their families to get enrolled. They simply just check a box and they get the coverage that they're desiring. The 3 coverages are short-term disability, long-term disability, and life insurance with an equal amount of accidental death and dismemberment.
Thank you, Dan. I appreciate you explaining that a little bit in depth. I've had some questions come across my desk from some of the members. If you have a minute, I'd like to ask you a few of them and kind of clarify some questions. The first question is, how long can these benefits be kept? How long can a member keep these benefits?
Yeah, thank you, Scott. That's actually a very good question. So these paycheck protection coverages specifically designed for Local 379 can be kept by members as long as they continue to be an active dues-paying member of IBEW Local 379, regardless of whether or not those members are traveling, working outside that jurisdiction of yours, or whatever the case may be.
I have another question. How do they pay their monthly premiums? How does that work?
That's also a very good question. Members are able to to be able to pay their monthly premiums through a secure ACH wire transfer that Cornerstone works on. So basically, Cornerstone is a TPA and a payment gateway organization. We will allow your members to pay their monthly premium through an ACH wire transfer and pick the either day or days they would like those payments, those premium payments, to come out of their checking or savings account every month.
Sounds like a good plan, Dan. It's pretty painless and effortless. Once you set it up, it's pretty much automatic, right?
That is correct. Once a member actually enrolls and provides that information, not only is it secure with us, but we make sure that a member would never miss actually making a payment or what have you, and we'll communicate with those members in the event that there's anything that needs to be ironed out with respect to their banking information.
Sounds good, Dan. Can you drill down a little bit on what A, D, and D is, please?
Yes, so AD&D is actually an acronym for accidental death and dismemberment, and it relates to the life insurance offering that's available to your members. Accidental death and dismemberment means that in the event a member who enrolls in life insurance were to die as a result of an accident, whether it be on or off the job, it's 24/7 coverage. The face amount of the life insurance they enrolled in would actually double to the beneficiary. And as an example, if a member enrolled in $150,000 of the term life insurance, and God forbid their death was a result of an accident, $300,000 would actually go to their beneficiary that they've listed on the form.
Thank you, Dan. That's good to know. I had a personal question. What does stacking mean?
So stacking relates to this benefit that we've created for your members, specifically for IBEW Local 379 members. The stacking mechanism is that our benefit will work in conjunction with your health and welfare benefit. So right now your members receive, I believe it's $250 every week. Is that correct? If they're on disability?
That is correct.
Okay. So stacking relates to the fact that every week one of the members is unable to work as a result of an illness or off-the-job injury, they can enroll in short-term disability through Cornerstone, either a $250 or $500 a week option, and that benefit will stack on top of the health and welfare benefit already being paid to them from the local. And that will allow them to maximize their weekly financial benefit.
Thank you for clarifying that, Dan. Another question I've received is, when does coverage start?
That's a great question. So the coverage is slated and scheduled to start effective August 1st of 2021. We are right now in open enrollment, and the open enrollment started in May. And for the next 60 days, we're going to be allowing members to call in with questions, get educated about what these services are and how these plans and these coverages will protect them and their families financially, with the coverage effective date of August 1st, 2021.
Thank you, Dan. That sounds like a good time. Dan, I do a lot of side work, or may have members who do a lot of side work during their free time. Will they be covered under this program if they're not on the job?
Yes. So, Scott, that's the fact that a lot of IBEW Local 379 members have a special skill set. We recognize that a lot of your members are probably doing some work outside on their own free time. We call it side work or side jobs. The short-term disability offered from Cornerstone is designed to protect exactly that. Any illnesses or injuries that may occur while they're not at work. So in fact, if somebody is doing side work, or they are doing a side job, or any other activities in their normal lifestyle and day-to-day, they would have coverage under the short-term disability that's offered through Cornerstone.
Thank you, Dan. If I sign up for this, can I decrease my coverage or cancel it at any time?
Yes. So with respect to flexibility within the plan, your members are going to have the ability at any point in time, any day of the week, any day of the month, to either reduce any of the coverages that they enrolled in or even cancel. There's no long-term commitment to cancel or reduce coverages.
Thank you. What about if I'm out of work or disabled? Can I still enroll?
Yeah. So, Scott, for your members that are currently either disabled, furloughed, out of work for whatever the reason, we strongly encourage those members to also enroll at this point in time. The way that this plan works is Cornerstone will not turn on their coverage or start collecting any premium until that member calls our office and notifies us that they have returned to work. However, if a member is disabled currently or not working for whatever reason, and they do not enroll during the open enrollment period, once they return to work, if they haven't enrolled and they contact us, they're going to be shut out. They will not have the ability to join the plan until the following year's next open enrollment. So anyone that's interested in these coverages, all they need to do is call our office or enroll online and indicate that they're not currently working. Our office will continue to communicate with them in letting them know what's required of them, so that when they do return to work, it's as seamless as just us flipping a switch, turning on their coverage, as well as their premium collection at that point in time.
Okay. What is a pre-existing condition?
So on the IBEW Local 379 Paycheck Protection Plan, there is a 12-month pre-existing condition limitation. And basically all this says is that anything that is a known condition for one of your members, I'm certain that you probably have members that are already having what we call functional or marginally disabling injuries. Anyone that has a known condition, for the first 12 months that they're on the plan, that condition would not actually be covered if it was the cause of a disability. However, the really nice thing about this is, after being on the plan for 12 months, any pre-existing condition that that member has will be covered for the rest of their life. And this is really important because not only are we talking about, with respect to the IBEW members, shoulders, necks, backs, knees, but also for any of those members that have ever had a heart attack or cancer, diabetes, stroke, high blood pressure. In the insurance world, those are typically knockout questions, and those members would have a difficult time getting any of these coverages on their own individually. The local is essentially offering them a financial lifeline. All they need to do is join the plan, and after 12 months, any of those health conditions would be covered for the rest of their life forever, as long as they continue to be an IBEW Local 379 member in good standing.
It's good to know, Dan. What qualifies one of my members for disability benefits?
So in order for one of your members to actually go on out on a disability claim on this plan, they basically just need to make sure that their medical professional, their doctor or provider has documented the fact that they are pulling them out of service, that that member is no longer in a position to be able to do the duties of their classification and their work. So a disability is basically determined by your own member's medical professional making sure that they cannot currently do their job.
Thank you, Dan. Who gets paid these benefits?
Yeah, so with respect to how the benefits get paid out, anytime one of your members is on a disability or if there's a life claim, the benefits get paid directly to the member or the beneficiary. And as a matter of fact, the benefits are going to actually be paid to them in full, tax-free, without any tax consequence whatsoever. So within each coverage option, there's a couple of different levels that a member could choose from. But because we are collecting premium directly from the member through a checking or savings account, which has already been taxed, and they're using that money to pay for their premium, any benefits that would go to a member or beneficiary would be paid in full, tax-free, directly to that individual for the member or beneficiary to decide to do with whatever they please with that money.
Thank you, Dan. What if I'm busy or traveling for work? Can my spouse enroll me?
Yeah, so that's actually a really good question. Cornerstone recognizes what it's like for IBEW members, and we're very well familiar with how people are traveling. A lot of times they're away from home. We have a lot of flexibility in ways that members can enroll. As a matter of fact, if a member's spouse would actually like to enroll them, they can certainly call our office or go online or even return the enrollment form that was mailed to them from your office. So absolutely, for those members that are busy, they just don't have the time, please have your spouse feel free to call in and we'll get all of her or his questions answered and we'll get you guys squared away.
Thank you, Dan. I have a lot of members who work all over the country, not necessarily in my jurisdiction for 379. Would they still be covered if they're working in California or Chicago?
Yeah, so absolutely. So for any member that is an IBEW Local 379 dues paying active member who happens to be a traveler working outside the jurisdiction, regardless of where it is they're traveling to, as long as they're enrolled and they're in good standing within the local, they have their coverage in force regardless of what other local they might be working out of, regardless of where that is within the country. So those travelers, those people that are all over the map, absolutely, we would encourage them to not only call in and get their questions answered, but know that once they're enrolled, they have peace of mind of knowing that that coverage will go with them wherever it is that they are working out of.
Thank you, Dan. Is it difficult for a member to file a claim?
So thank you for asking about the claims portion of this, because at the end of the day, that's what's most important is your members enroll, and God forbid when they actually need this coverage, we want to make sure that they have a wonderful experience. It's very easy. Cornerstone has created a claims advocacy team to make sure that your members have the best customer service experience available. So the bottom line is it's easy for a member to file a claim through our organization. All they need to do is call Cornerstone. They will be immediately transferred to a claims advocate who will take all their information and they will walk them through. It's a concierge service to make sure that your member has a wonderful experience. We will actually, by the time that phone call ends, have in your member's email box documentation about that call. we'll just need a couple signatures. That will allow us to talk to your member's medical provider to get those medical records so that we can then put that claim together and get that off to the insurance carrier to make sure your members can begin getting paid as quickly as possible while on a claim. Throughout the claims process, our claims advocacy team will continue to stay in touch with your members to make sure that we manage their expectations, keep them in the loop so that they know that they're being taken care of and that we are working for them. We work for you and your members.
Thank you, Dan. Once a member is enrolled, if they need to make any changes to their plan, how do they make them?
Yeah. So again, with respect to anything having to do with customer service for your members, we are an extension not only of IBEW Local 379, but we are designed and created so that your members have a positive experience. So any questions that a member might have with respect to changing their banking information, changing their coverages, changing a beneficiary, all they need to do is just give us a call and just ask to be connected to one of our customer service agents. And these people are all located here in Illinois and, US based customer service. And we will make sure that they have a pleasant experience and get all their questions answered and any changes made to their specific account.
Thank you, Dan. I think this program is very important to our membership. Over my lifetime, I've seen brothers and sisters who have been injured on the job or away from the job. And as union members, we take up money to try to help those brothers and sisters. But at the end of the day, that collection can't sustain them for a short-term or a long-term period. So personal experience, this is a good program for our members to take care of them and their families because we never know when that injury is going to happen. And in construction, being a very dangerous job, the chances of someone getting injured are pretty good. And I've seen it happen. I'm sure you have. And it's terrible when the families lose their house, their future, and we don't want that to happen. So I encourage you to sign up for this program. There is a 60-day sign up window. We do have to have a percentage of our membership sign up for the program for it to become active. So if you have any questions, please call Cornerstone, ask them. They're friendly people. They'll answer your questions and you can make an informed decision. Thank you.
Thank you again, Scott, for allowing us to have the opportunity to work with your members and partner with IBEW Local 379. I just want to encourage all of your members to call Cornerstone or do some research by going to the enrollment website, which is IBEW379disability.com. That enrollment website hosts all the information and is available 24/7 for your members to not only enroll, but learn more about the plan. Again, that's IBEW379disability.com, or call our office at 224-770-5305. At the end of the day, these coverages are voluntary. You can pick and choose any 1, 2, or 3 of the short-term, long-term disability or life insurance coverages that best suit the needs for you and your family. At the end of the day, we want to make sure that everyone understands the coverages, how they work, so they can make an educated decision for themselves and their families. I can tell you that Cornerstone is very committed to working within the IBEW and other crafts nationally, but in your region, we have many locals that have these plans in force already, and we've done a lot of good for those members, and we welcome the opportunity to do the same for yours as well. So thank you very much.